Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this morning's update on Hurricane Rafael. So, unfortunately, Hurricane Rafael is rapidly intensifying right before its landfall in Cuba and has 100-mile-per-hour winds, 105-mile-per-hour gust northwesterly movement, and a minimum central pressure of 964 millibars as of 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. Taking a look at the latest cone for Hurricane Rafael going into noon today, Rafael is going to be strengthening to a borderline Category 3 hurricane with 110 mile per hour winds and 130 mile per hour gusts moving to the northwest. And looking at a landfall in Cuba around noon in the island here, and then looking at a landfall in mainland Cuba around 3 or 4 o'clock Central Standard Time this afternoon. Make sure you're making your last minute hurricane preparations if you live across far western Cuba, as you're going to be seeing some really damaging and destructive impacts across western Cuba from Hurricane Rafael. Taking a look at the cone as we go into midnight tonight, looking at 100-mile-per-hour winds, 120-mile-per-hour gusts moving to the west-northwest. Going into 12 p.m. tomorrow, Thursday, 100-mile-per-hour winds, 120-mile-per-hour gusts moving to the west-northwest. Going into 12 a.m. Friday, 100-mile-per-hour winds, 120-mile-per-hour gusts moving to the west-northwest. Weakening down to Category 1 as we go into 12 p.m. Friday with 90-mile-per-hour winds, 115-mile-per-hour gusts moving to the west-northwest. 12 a.m. Saturday, 75-mile-per-hour winds, 90-mile-per-hour gusts moving to the northwest. Going into Sunday morning, 60-mile-per-hour winds, 70-mile-per-hour gusts moving to the north-northwest. Going into Monday morning, Rafael will weaken in the Gulf of Mexico to a 40-mile-per-hour tropical storm with 50-mile-per-hour gusts moving to the northwest. And I do believe that due to a lot of dry air and wind shear, Rafael will dissipate before even making landfall in southeast Texas or Louisiana. So not really looking at a threat anymore for the U.S. Gulf Coast. Taking a look at the watches and warnings, we have a hurricane warning ongoing for the northern Cayman Islands, hurricane warnings for western Cuba, tropical storm warnings in central Cuba, and tropical storm warnings for the Florida Keys. Looking at our latest rainfall forecast, we can expect 1 to 2 inches or 25 to 50 millimeters of rainfall in the light green shaded regions in much of eastern Cuba and Jamaica. 2 to 4 inches in the dark green or 50 to 100 millimeters in Grand Cayman, southern Jamaica, portions of central Cuba. 4 to 6 inches of rain or 100 to 150 millimeters in the northern Cayman Islands and portions of western Cuba in the yellow. 6 to 8 inches or 150 to 200 millimeters in the dark yellow, 8 to 12 inches or 200 to 300 millimeters in the orange, and isolated locations could see up to 12 to 16 inches or 300 to 400 millimeters, looking at big-time flooding problems across portions of western Cuba where Rafael moves through. Taking a look at our tropical storm force wind speed probabilities, tropical storm force winds are ongoing in the Cayman Islands and are guaranteed to occur in western Cuba as Rafael moves through. And taking a look at our storm surge forecast, now expecting a little bit of storm surge in portions of the Florida Keys with 1 to 2 feet of storm surge in the lower Florida Keys and 1 to 3 feet of storm surge in dry Tortugas. So if you live in western Cuba, you need to be making your last-minute hurricane preparations as we are likely going to be seeing a borderline major hurricane making landfall within 6 hours across western Cuba. Thanks for watching this morning's update on Rafael. Please stay safe and have a wonderful day, my friends.